5 seconds remaining.
It's a hard choice for them. I mean, well, no, it's not a hard choice actually. I think they should just pick a Baden. I don't know why they're not picking a Baden. It feels like the best hero right now. You can shield off the Sven, stop him getting stunned up by the Centaur, or heal him up throughout the harass. You can purge off the Shadow Demon poison damage. It's got to be banned out, surely. My eyes are deceiving me, I'm certain, but it's not banned, so I don't know why they're not taking it. Unless they want Grimstroke 5. They ran this before, but I mean, you have to be more flexible than that. You have to. You can't just say this Grimstroke is a 5. Our hero likes playing it as a 5. We're just going to keep it that way. But if it is going to be a 5, then I guess another 4 position they could get. I mean, the Omni is still an option. It's got good purge.
Dire team ban.
Oh, what? All right. They grabbed their Lycan. Oh, okay. This is the 4th pick for them. So, goodness. Baden gets through the entire time. I mean, I'm just surprised, not because it's just a good hero right now, but we saw how much work it did last game as well. Like, last game, it tore people apart. Like, that Baden was healing up, doing silly amounts of work. So, to not pick it this time around,
5 seconds
really
remaining.
super questionable. So, the Lycan is a kind of like the Lycan's basically a kind of response to the Juggernaut. Also really setting the pace for Colizeum here as well. You know, they just want to run at you. They needed some push from this lineup. The Lycanaut? That'd be an interesting hero. The Lycan definitely gives you that. Allows you to be a bit more flexible. But where is he going? Because we've got a Sven and a Lycan now. This could be Sven 5, Grimstroke 4. Lycan 1, but again, maybe they take their mid laner next. I feel like Black Hornets are trying to figure it out just as much as I am. Yeah, really burning down the reserve time here. Going below Colizeum, and they ban out the Monkey King. Okay, so they do believe that this is either an off-lane Sven or position 4 Brew, or just something different. They still don't believe they picked up a mid laner, and I think that's a pretty fair shout, because I can't really see any of these heroes going at mid, especially when you don't know what Black Hornets are going to pick up. I think picking a Sven or Lycan mid without seeing another matchup, very questionable. So
remaining.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Sven support.
5 seconds remaining.
Again, like, was there really any problem to running the Sven as a carry? I mean, he doesn't like the juking which Shadow Demon gives, I guess, which is one of the big problems. But I mean, sacrifice that for the fact that you can get yourself on a Baden. I feel like that felt pretty good, but never mind. Colizeum, final pick. Feel like they need a mid laner now, and they need a mid laner which is going to offer them some form of stun, because right now they're only relying on Inkswell and Stormhammer,
10 seconds
and that
remaining.
stun as well. I mean, might be enough. I feel like you want a little bit more.
5 seconds
The puck
remaining.
could be a good option, but not really a popular mid laner right now. Yeah, the Monkey King got banned out. Ember did as well. OD. The Astral could be a really nice setup. Let them in position for an Inkswell. Alrighty, it's going to be the OD pick. Now Black Hornets, they've got a bit of time to respond to this one, but don't want to pick anything. We're just going to get completely annihilated by that OD. Let's see. Good laners versus OD. Well, there's nope. Sorry.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It's got to be one hero, right? Okay, they're going to try and run the Medusa mid, so Hornets going for a bit of a later finish. So, Medusa's the final pick for Black Hornets game, which is going to round off their draft, give them a way to lane versus the OD, of course, trying to bounce around that snake, steal some of his mana, and really take control with the Astral and all that. So, Are they going to be successful in this? It's a really hard one to answer. I feel like Team Colizeum are a bit mixed up in their draft as well. They don't have a solution to the Shadow Demon problem. Shadow Demon is not so good versus Lycan because his ult really doesn't do anything, but he can astral him up, which is very nice. It's any kind of thing to get Lycan out of the fight whilst he's inside his ultimate, burn down that clock a little bit, buy his team some time. Really effective. And he's also going to get bullied by the Centaur. The Centaur, the Shadow Demon lane, has no answer to it right now. Meanwhile, Oracle and Juggernaut in the safe lane, that is going to be fairly annoying. The spin with the blast coming in onto the Brewmaster and the Grim. Oh yeah, it's probably going to be Sven at top. No, because they ran the Grim as a 5 last time, so I imagine it's going to be Sven 4. Sven, of course, good as a support simply because he's good at denying. That's it. That's it. Near enough. He's great at denying. And that's about that. Alrighty then, let's get into it. Game number 3, I guess, out of 3. I'm assuming this is the best of 1 tiebreaker. Might need to double check that one quickly. So Undershock gets into lane, having a fantastic performance last game on that Ember Spirit. Getting the early... Oh, we got some drums playing. Let's go. Pantomos bashing down on the drum here. Must be really strong drums to survive like sword hits and stuff. So, I mean, apparently it's tagged as a best of 2 final.
30 seconds.
I don't know how correct that is. One would guess not very. Oh, okay, just confirm to me. Best of 1s, it definitely is. All right, so ignore these little boxes up here. There are boxes of lies.
Intelligence on what is to come.
Dodgy. Looking towards the top lane. I mean, he's got this big old Sven on the 4th position. He's got a stun to roll. But no, not going to happen. Pantomos managed to grab the bounty rune, and now Brew, he's actually going to get beaten, although in comes the Grimstroke, looking to respond to this one. They're looking to try and get the first blood to Oracle. He's going to die first. Brew actually gets to the high ground. Oracle getting to the high ground as well, but the right click comes in from the Sven, and actually, Brew survives the whole damn thing, and Pantomos now in no man's land a little bit here. Stun is going to come out for the Sven soon. The slow connects, and now the Brew coming on the other side of the trees. Wants to try and block him off here. Will be successful in doing so. Force Pantomos in a different direction. The Brew comes in from Archangel, though. Pantomos to the tree lines, trying to get himself north. Dodgy is chasing, though. Stroke of Fate connects. Dodgy is on top. He's got a stun in 3 seconds, but I don't think they've got enough damage to bring down Pantomos. But Dodgy's just going to keep on chasing the guy. This 4th position Sven, he just wants to get as much damage off as he can. 67 damage he's hitting for right now. And he's got a stun if he wants one. Pantomos has a spin as well, though, so he can't risk getting rooted and spun down. And there's the salve picked up by Pantomos as well, just to get him back up nice and healthy, as the Grimstroke does TP down to bottom on the 5 position. Really interesting. Stroke of Fate onto the Centaur. Just to reiterate, of course, I don't have MoFarah for this game. His microphone was having problems and he wanted to go and get it fixed, so it's a solo cast, but that's okay. I hope. Undershock trying to lane up in this middle lane as well. Hopes we don't have things on net worth. In fact, pull him over to the last hits and see the OD currently at 5 and 4. Medusa 5 and 0, so she's going to be feeling that XP difference. Big time, but the Snake's doing a pretty good job of bouncing around and just getting the OD pretty low. Well, down in the bottom lane, got the Lycan versus the Centaur. So a fair amount of damage coming into that Centaur as well. Just the wolves and all sorts coming through onto him, messing him up a bit. Medusa, meanwhile, in the mid lane, dropping kind of low as in before, trying to run him down. Needs a couple more right clicks, though. Doesn't have any points in Arcane Orb, but won't be able to do it with right clicks alone, so Undershock actually gets himself away. Thought we were going to have a kill in what I would consider to be an extremely passive lane, as both heroes getting very low. And oh, look at this. Get that mana back. Get that health back. Your full mana. Get your health. Don't need mana. You want Sven? up at top just has to run himself away from the Jug and the Oracle. A very scary combo with his Fortune's End and the spin. Really going to do a lot of damage. Just one more reminder, this is a best of one tiebreaker right now. Ignore the boxes at the top of your screen, they are lies. It's just one more game. So, ImbaTV again, just constant banishes. Wants to get the free range creep, of course, and get a bit of damage off. Now with the Arcane Orb, can do a bit more stun as well coming out, but with the TP in from the Shadow Team, no, Nomad is cancelled, but Undershock never in any real difficulty. Just chopping down some creeps. Oh, meanwhile, Sven goes for the suicide, no big deal. Suicides himself to the mid tower, doesn't give anybody XP for it. This wall spam is doing a bit of work, but now they go in with the disruption into the stomp as well. Lycan in some trouble. He's got that spell coming on to him though. He's going to stun up to the centaur, but he's low on HP. Lycan, he needs to get out of this one, especially with the delusions hitting him up. So he moves through the tree line while waiting for him on the other side. Stroke of Fate through onto 2. They have enough damage. They don't, and it's going to be the Lycan who falls first before the kill onto centaur comes in. And in fact, they're still going. They've got this so much damage on the centaur. They're just going to pick themselves up too. Bottom lane, it's a bit of a disaster right now. Meanwhile, Brute nearly falls in the top as they go for that root spin combo. But now looking to punish maybe. Trying to close the gap. Not quite happening. Dodgy just sitting in the side the whole time. He's got the Storm Hammer. Unfortunately, it's really hard to use it onto the Jug, but now the spin's on cooldown. They actually have an opportunity. The damage coming through with the slow. Dodgy happy to come under tower to get that kill onto the Jug, and that he certainly will. And now coming to Archangel out a bit up as well. He's trying to actually manages to squeeze around the tree line there. I thought he was blocked out, but tis not the case. TP's coming back in from the Jug. And Svenny boy, well, he's actually sitting on the high ground here. He's pinged out as well, saying Sven's here. He's hanging out. Careful. He's looking for the kill onto the Medusa, I think, but Medusa just says, "Yeah, I don't really care. It's not a threat to me." I think she was going for the double pull. Completely messed it up. But there you go. Maybe he wasn't going for the double pull. I'm sure he wasn't. He'd have done the double pull if he wanted it. The creeps probably would have just done a lot to him. Yeah, get those heals coming in. Just efficiency. Just efficient things. Into these creeps. Meanwhile, the Grimstroke actually falls down in the bottom lane, so they do get a very quick kill onto that Grimstroke. Its health went from 100 to 0. And that's going to be a kill for LoL. I imagine just stacking up that poison with a disruption, with a stomp. It's a very easy time to get a kill in this bottom lane. And time to reap. Tries to farm up as best he can on the Lycan. Headdress full of health, looking for the Glove of Haste. Poison being very annoying. Might be able to blow up a doggy soon. Unless he misses that one, which he does. Meanwhile, the mid lane, they go for the rotation. Sven comes in with a stun. OD as well, helping out with that one. The Sven getting very low during that rotation as well. Meanwhile, Brute, he's hanging around, kind of just sapping a bit of XP here. Can't really come in for any CS, he doesn't think. I mean, I guess if he just gets rooted, then he's dead, so doesn't want to risk coming up into the high ground. But Archangel was the way back over here. TT coming back to this top lane.
Tonight.
More Centaur taking a couple of hits down here. It's just a constant harass of that Stroke of Fate, but yeah, it does seem to be going pretty well. Alright, so a very, very slight advantage for the Black Hornets so far. Feeling pretty good about things. Medusa, she's got a decent-ish amount of CS, but I mean, she's taken 2 medium camps, now taking more, so that will not translate very correctly to gold. So I do see fairly low down on that gold chart as Doji. Thinking of coming in and trying something here. I wonder if they saw him just about. I don't think so. So Sven makes his way through behind the middle lane. Already also trying to blast down this tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sven just waiting to see if anybody comes, and somebody certainly will. This is a big target as well. The 5-position Oracle coming in on full HP, and, well, it's taking a bit of time to bring him down, and they're actually going to stampede to make sure Archangel gets out of this one, so don't get a kill here at mid. He's actually going to turn around and throw down a root onto the OD, just clearing off that equilibrium, although I don't think it was on him anymore anyway. Things coming out. They want to try and defend this tower. They use the Astral, trying to bring it down. Will need one more hit, and certainly does get it. Before finds that kill. Meanwhile, down the river, lol, he's caught out by the Sven. One more right click will be enough. DSR gets to that one. Things looking up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So,
Dire's structures are fortified.
currently 5 kills to Colizeum, and only 4 to the back Hornets, but yeah, and Colizeum actually taking back the net worth advantage as well from that middle tower going down. The OD in a really good position right now. I mean, you got to be scared of OD. I mean, I say this every game, but you always got to be scared of OD, because he will rip this Medusa to shreds if he gets too far ahead. Like, he will genuinely just kill her. Flat out. He's going for the drums as well, just to try and be more aggressive early on. Wants to be fighting a lot, but also trying to make a bit of space for the Sven. Oh no, sorry, for the Lycan. Okay, never mind. So he doesn't want to be. He just wants to be fighting with the Lycan and taking towers and taking the game. Fair enough. Dodgy again, just playing around this jungle so much as well. Like, the Sven does not want to leave this area. And down at bottom, time to reap. A little bit flustered by the presence of the Centaur here. He can't really come in for much CS, but he's done better than the Centaur overall though. So shouldn't be too disappointed with the way the lane's gone. But now he's on his own. It's very difficult for him to really step into that one. With TPs across as they set up for the bounty runes here. Black Hornets will grab this one. It's interesting that I grabbed so many heroes up here and then only went for one bounty rune though. That's always kind of costly if you do that, because you just waste a lot of time and the enemy team gets the one up on you anyway. Yeah, Brew going for this Midas, so I actually hate that. You got a Lycan and an OD on your team. You don't want to be going late. You want to end this game before they have BKBs. I'm fairly sure that's a plan here from Colizeum. So yeah, Brew going for this Midas feels pretty awful. Meanwhile, well, it's a kill onto the Oracle. I apologize for missing it, but he does get blown up. That's just the OD dropping all of that damage down onto him. Pretty savage. Down at bottom as well. They're trying to play up into one another here, running themselves forward. Couple of blasts. Things pretty quiet though, to be honest with you. I feel like I was expecting the shapeshift to come and then just all hell breaks loose. Everybody just tries to fight each other non-stop, but they're not doing that so far. There seems to be they're waiting for the Necro book, maybe waiting for an item on the OD first, beyond the drums, but I don't know. I kind of want to see them fight. I want to see them. Ah, here we go. They're fighting. They're fighting. The Inkswell cops off onto the Centaur here. Centaur silence up, so he can't get the stun off onto the Sven after it ends either. Again, though, time to reap, just holding back so long on this shapeshift. Really feels like he needs the Necro book before he starts doing any real damage, which is very surprising. 13 stacks. Retaliate up and max right now. Ooh, Doji wanted to come forwards for that one. He popped the war cry, ran forwards, but luckily the Centaur's already hauling out. Meanwhile, up on the top lane, Plants is trying to push some pressure onto this top tier 1. He's got a catapult and he's not afraid to use it. Same in the mid lane as well, as Medusa just pushes it out. So there is 5 right now, and I don't think they can stop being as 5. It's a 2k gold advantage, but you look at the heroes and they are just pretty scary right now. This seems to be what they're waiting for. They've got the catapult wave, and they're just pushing in with 2 catapults onto the high ground even. This is okay, but I mean you got to deuce a jug. How do you actually fight this? Well, I think we're gonna find out. Can't imagine them letting this go for free. The tower already taken a ton of damage. Teleport just doing its job and a little bit more. They've got the Centaur to set on the front lines. I mean, obviously you don't want to just let the OD just sap all the mana away. There's Soji going in deep here, just smashing up the Oracle and trying to scare him off, trying to get him to use a false promise or something like that. They're trying to find the Stomp. Will find it onto the Sven. Can they finish him off? The Snake is bouncing. Doji will die to Undershock, and that is going to be a kill. And the Shapeshift was even committed for this, and they didn't really... I mean, I think they got the tower, and now they back themselves away.
Bottom shrine is under attack.
Look at Lycan just going to town. The pings are coming out. And, I mean, Cheshire Cat, he's making his way over.
Regeneration.
They are gone.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, finally getting some brown boots on the Lycan as well. Realizing that he probably needs to be on the map and effective more than just when he's got his ultimate up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Most thinking of coming forwards for the Omni, but doesn't. So it's also out onto the Oracle. Okay, 1k advantage. Oh, Omni Slash coming in, but actually gets absorbed by the Sven, who is going to be completely okay with this one. He's got the Sven available, it's a stun available, and we'll just turn around and use it. No chance of a Blade Fury here. He's getting surrounded by heroes. Palantimos needs to go for the spin TP, and I think he's just kind of going, oh, okay, well, I can always spin TP away, so I don't really need to be careful. I can just run around, make some space for my team, run them in a circle. I know I'm always got that get out of jail free card. They can draft anything to penetrate this Jug's stun. Bottom tower now getting beaten down. And it should fall. There's no one else coming for this. It's just going to die. Orb sent across the map. And before going for TP out, does manage to make it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Middle tier 2.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Invisibility.
So basically just moving from tower to tower. I mean, they've got quite a lot of momentum, but only a 1k gold advantage on the side of Colizeum. It's, it definitely could be better. These heroes, they farm quickly, and they are farming quickly. Look at this Medusa just sitting inside here with all of these ancient creeps. She didn't manage to stack it again, but still a huge stack, and the snake going to help her take it down very quickly as well. Just get that medium camp drawn in as those arrows start to run off.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And this is going to be top tower going down.
Has fallen.
The final outer tower should be taken pretty soon, but again, you know, only a 1k gold advantage for all of these objectives. They're not taking objectives faster than Black Hornets is farming, which is kind of a problem. I mean, objectives mean map space, objectives mean you can start to shut them out of the map, hopefully. But with this lineup, they don't have the best ganking potential. They just need to get onto this high ground. And again, your brew with this Midas feels really weird
Bottom tower is under attack.
in a game such as this. And at bottom, they're actually looking to trade. Zentor's going to flat out pop the Retaliate as well. They're looking to really bring down this tower as quickly as possible, but the Fortifier's used. They're not going to stop, is the thing though. Colizeum, they're just going to keep on going. Despite the fact that 3 of their heroes aren't committing to the push just yet. Oh. Okay, well they let a bottom tier 1. See, this is the problem. You can't let a bit bottom tier 2 tower for you. You either got to push.
Under attack. Dire's top shrine has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Full of blast being thrown. Centaur is just getting to work on the tier 1, but there's a shapeshift being used. RG jumping in, gets a stun, but immediately purged off to allow him to continue to run away. What a play from Mark's Angel. He's going to try and get himself out the stun. It's not going to come through. Centaur actually runs away from this one, just TPing himself to safety. They actually use the ultimate here and don't catch anything. Goodness. Well, into the Roshan pit we go though. Vlad's is up. Who's it on? It's on the Sven. It's on the Brewmaster, of course. We saw it being built earlier. And this Roshan is dropping very, very quickly, like a rock. So again, you know, just more objectives coming their way. Black Hornets just trying to ride the tide here.
Roshan
Aegis in the hands of the OD. Blink, drums, Aegis, going for the Hex next. Hopefully the game finisher items, they have jumped on somebody here. I think this is a Centaur. Yep, certainly is. Centaur out, gets stunned up. Did manage to catch out the OD a little bit there, but they've got so much damage to rip through him. And now immediately down this middle lane. 30 seconds without Centaur. It's a time to go. They need to break this high ground. They need to stop this Medusa farming. They need to get this Jug back into the base. And Jug just trying to press down bottom right now. I mean, he will do a fair amount of damage to the tower. The Grimstroke can't do a whole lot. He's doing a fair amount of work right now, and the silence comes through, but he should be able to know. That's okay. He's gonna get stunned up. Meanwhile, it's destruction in the bottom lane. They've pushed through mid, and they've taken this to the bottom lane of barracks, and well, I think that might be it for now. They use the shapeshift and everything for it. Meanwhile, the Jug just goes back to farming, letting his base fall. Realizing that this is the strength of the Colizeum draft right now means that you can't really commit to defending. You just got to let it fall. You just got to kind of wait a bit, but the shrine goes down as well. They're starting to lose more and more. It's now a 5k gold advantage. I mean, this is exponential, the gold that they're getting, just curving up and up and up. But Plantimos will actually jump in and get the Omnislash kill onto DSR, which is kind of cheeky. These two playing around with each other for a very long time, but finally the Juggernaut will be able to get it. Black Hornets heading up to this top lane.
Radiant are scanning.
And a couple of snakes as well. Just want to push it out, you know. I mean, they've still got the Aegis to play around with, but it looks like Black Hornets want to maybe take a fight here. I'm surprised though. There's still plenty of time left on this Aegis. I mean, Shapeshift is back up again as well. They're not even they're not suckering for this. Okay, so they want to take a fight in this area of the map, because if they're taking a fight up there, they're not going to immediately lose buildings if they lose a fight. In fact, they can probably respawn in the time, so just want to try and draw Colizeum into a fight somewhere away from their base, so they can get their heroes away and start kind of pushing in and not be inside their own base, basically, even if they die in that fight. Doesn't work, though. And now Colizeum just going to continue not fighting, you know, splits down, which is why they want to take the team fight right then. But yeah, Colizeum now just get to keep fighting, keep dodging fights, keep controlling the area. And you know, this is not enough area for a Medusa and a Juggernaut to farm up. I mean, one of them's got to be suffering, one of them's going to be getting down low and risking his life. Luckily, I mean, I actually say one of the biggest things about this game is that they don't really have an interrupt for the Jug spin TP. They've got nothing. That's how Plantimus has been allowed to play, like, all the way, like, literally as far as there. He's been playing this entire bottom side of the map. And that's all because they didn't draft any cancel for the TP spin, so. OD. Just looking at the high ground right now. Ooh, that's cheeky. Doesn't do anything, but it's cheeky. I know, maybe it will help us survive. Oh, fortify as well. Really wanted to keep this catapult alive, and now that Astral comes out, now Brew's up onto the high ground. They realize how important this catapult is. Keep it alive. Split even being used here as they run forwards onto the Deucer. They're going to get the lift off. I don't think they can go in this deep for a kill, but maybe they just want to bait somebody else to come in out of position. Meanwhile, the Brewlings are falling pretty quickly. Only one left. Get that Brewling out of there. Throws around the rock. Meanwhile, though, the buildings are taking a bit of damage. This Brewling, it's nearly dead. Ooh, gets it back just in time. Damage now being shot across the bow of the dire base right now. But no one's actually falling. No one's taken any damage enough to be worried about their safety, except the tower, which got down to nearly half HP. Not bad. And Lycan actually going for the shapeshift creepy. He also popped the Necro. I think he was trying to push out top at the same time, trying to split the aggro up a little bit between this lane and this lane. Yeah, didn't quite happen.
Increased potency.
With 4 sentries on him. Oh, the smokes are going to pop. They're looking for the Grimstroke. He stays out of their range, though. Lantimoso is still coming forward. The Silence is going to come forward onto 2. And now the Sanities comes down, but only really lands onto the Centaur Warrunner. So a little bit of a misplay by both teams there as the smoke achieves nothing. Hold on, this fight might not be over. They've got the net creep, but is it already used? I'm guessing the nets are just on cooldown. Yeah, it certainly was. So this shapeshift will be used for farming. I'm very concerned. I feel like Colizeum are letting this game slip away from them. I mean, the net worth graph shows us a lot this game. Again, I just hate this Midas so much. You can't even say give him late game options because he's a brew. He's not going to do anything late game. I mean, well, not going to do enough to carry the late game. OD maybe can. All right, he's got himself a side device. Some more lockdown combos up really nicely with the Grimstroke as well. That Soulbind with the double hex, it is game winning if you can find that fight. But look at this Medusa. She's farming up quickly. Already got herself a Manta, heading towards the Skadi at decent timing as well. She has not really been pressured. I mean, Plantimos, he's been such a good kind of 2 position in this game. As the Medusa's just been farming this safe bit of jungle where she can farm that efficiently, doesn't have to run out too far, waste time between the camps, just efficient as possible. But now they're up onto the high ground. Split comes out. They're looking forwards onto the Medusa. Medusa silenced up as well. She's trying to come forwards and use the stone gates, and they will actually take off that Phantom. And well, stone gaze used to hold them back for now. They get themselves a Necro Creep. Stun comes out. Doesn't land though. Lycan, he's able to make himself way out of this one, but he doesn't have any mana for Shapeshift though. And it looks like they're going to back off because they don't have the split. This is all they're using. They're just using up onto the high ground, use the split, make some space, push hard. Stone Gaze comes out or whatever, and they back themselves out. The moment things look risky, they back themselves out. I think earlier on that was a mistake. Now it's absolutely the only play you can make because Medusa will tear you apart. But earlier on, I think they probably should have stayed and still tried to play around even without the split. Sounds like that. Look at the positioning from the OD right now. But they found him in the trees. He's actually spotted out right now. So Brew's still trying to fight, but he doesn't have the split to work with. They're trying to force him into the fight, but already Archangel is falling down. And now OD just taking some shots from the Medusa. Has to be careful as the Brew's finished off as well. Oh, being chased by the Lycan. Lycan gonna have to kill the healing ward first. Now looking towards Lol as well. Probably will finish him off, but no, the Shapeshift runs out. Meanwhile, Soulbind out onto 2. Grimstroke needs to try and get himself away, but the blink, the stun, the kill. Meanwhile, they're still looking for Lol here. The 2 heroes coming in for this. They're going to certainly get that kill, but now the 3 heroes, they're just going to try and advance them at Undershock, leading the charge. Time to reap into the trees. TP out should be okay. Yep, he gets out alive. Everything very close. These fights really not convincing one way or the other. I'll count does say a bit of an advantage for Black Hornets across the board. Look at the damage this Medusa's outputting as well. 2,750 damage coming out from this Medusa. All she's got is Manta and Skadi, but I mean those are 2 expensive ass items. Just continue farming, continue getting that money. Delicious, delicious money. Also, phase boots on Medusa. I feel like that's not very common. Am I right in saying that? I mean, phase boots on any range hero is kind of strange, you know? Less damage, less speed.
Dire are scanning.
10% compared to 22%. 12 damage compared to, what was it? 20... 18, 18. Alright, well, a bit of a lull in the action, but now the split's down, I can't imagine it'll last long. Still not going for the blink, going for the Radiance instead. This feels so greedy. Grimstroke gonna get jumped upon here. Will just about make it out, and now turns around with the Soulbind, with the double hex. They've got them both held up, but the disruption comes through, trying saving the Medusa for quite a lot of time, as she's just trying to deal with the Brewlings, and the Brewlings are just flat out gonna die. Brewmaster taken down inside of his ultimate, the ultimate embarrassment, as Lycan, he has to shapeshift his way out of this one. And again, you know, this Brew's just getting so little done. They're playing around the split, and the split just gets killed. The disruption save on Medusa, absolutely perfect. But this is a huge problem. Now we're in the part of the game where Medusa is queen. She's top net worth. She's been hanging out here a while, but we're now in the 27-minute mark. And Roshan will be spawning in 20 seconds if they can keep an eye, if they can keep the courier, if they can keep something in Roshan just to keep tabs on this. It might put them in a really good position, but Brewmaster's back in 8 seconds, but who cares about Brew? It's all about Brewlings, and they're not back for another 80. Definitely a real opportunity for Black Hornets to take this Roshan and turn this game in their favour, well and truly. Carefully spinning from being used here, actually. Really, really careful. We'll get hexed. OD banished, also being kind of chased, and then the Omnislash coming through. OD, he's dead here. I think when he comes out of it, the damage will be applied from... No, actually dodges it out, and now the spin comes through, though they do have enough to finish him off. That is a dead OD. The powerhouse is gone. They look towards the Brewmaster now as well. 35 seconds until he could ever get this Primal Split off, but the Glimmer Cape will save him. But still, they don't care about this. They just want Roshan. Doji also trying to help extend things a little bit as Oracle actually dies to... Whoa, like it, okay. He now pops a Shapeshift just to get his creeps up to the top lane here. He's going for the melee racks? No, he goes for the range racks. And now backs them out. They get about one hit off and then run away. Best Shapeshift I've ever seen? Probably not. A bold attempt? Probably. Should he have done it? No, I'm not good enough to know, but yeah, I think so. Sven grabs himself a bounty rune. Crimson Guard, ready to roll. Sven is such a tanky 4th position hero. So much armor. The Guardian and the Crimson. I think he actually wants to take the Omnislash. He might even survive that. But they're going to need to get heroes into the pit. They've got the split. Do they have the Radiance up? They don't have the Radiance up. Roshan's going down. They need to do something about this. Brewmaster is going to throw the Cinder Brew into the pit. Spell does not give vision though. And in they go. They've got the... Oh, they actually stun him up. Can they get it before he gets the ultimate off? Yes, they can. He's dead. Brewmaster, no ultimate, no buyback, no hopes of getting any kind of split off on this Roshan fight, and they will have to give away Roshan because of this. Again, the Brewmaster just can't make the plays. He can't do enough to turn these team fights in their favor. Doji tries to come in. Okay. He just gets rinsed, absolutely rinsed. Meanwhile, some Rat Dota going on here. Never one to miss that, but with the Crimson Guard, these guys are doing absolutely nothing to the range barracks. And these are just all going to get picked off. There's a lot of gold coming through. They pick off Archangel again. Sorry, Archangel, but who really cares? We're now at the stage. 30 minutes into this game. And it's just really, really grim. I mean... It's one of those ones, but we had this in the first series versus these two, right? This was the exact same situation. Same teams, same Medusa, different heroes on the side of the Radiant, but still. That was Black Hornets just kind of keeping the lead, maintaining it, taking a couple of Roshans. They got this Skadi. They got the Butterfly. They ran down bottom lane. They took all these racks, but yet they managed to turn it around in the last minute. That was a Sven carry game. But, Colizeum did manage to turn things back around for themselves, though. Could it be a repeat? Well, it seems much harder this time around with the heroes they have, but I'm never one to say never. OD with the blink and scythe ready to roll. Queuing up into the BKB next. Grimstroke looking for an Aether Lens. What's the jug got, by the way? Mjolnir, Manta, drums. Going for a Skadi. Alright, I like this build up. Skadi doesn't give you too much attack speed, so it's always nice to get the Mjolnir and Manta, you know, just these two really fast attack speed items. You know, whatever you want, just make sure you got attack speed on the jug before you go for this Skadi, and then that way your ultimate isn't feeling particularly useless. It's got a 10 armor as well, really good. This helps him survive from the an onslaught. Won't just be able to run down with his creeps inside the spin. AC now up on the Lycans, just going full auras here. Really pushing hard to try and end this one as they're going into the spin. This is a lot of commitment, but they want to return by getting this kill into the Shadow Team. But actually, the heal comes out, the Purge comes through, and Shadow Team's going to be absolutely fine as once again the Helm of the Dominator creep finished off. Well, that might have been a Necro actually, given the 200 gold there. They look towards mid, but I mean, this rat Dota stuff, it's not really been working so far. When Black Hornets don't want to push, they're more just kind of interested in defending and killing creeps and chilling. It gets very awkward. It becomes very difficult to rat. Just throwing a couple of Fortune's ends out. I mean, you got to be feeling so pressured right now if your team Colizeum. 2k gold advantage. You've got this Radiance now on the brew. Okay, all right. This is a timing, and I think it's the timing. It's the last one you really have to work around. But I mean, they seem to just be avoiding out the Aegis for the time being, waiting it out. Will they let them though? Black Hornets running for it right now. Their vision isn't fantastic on the top side of this map, and the line is being drawn. They now see a couple of heroes. They see this Shadow Demon, but in from behind, the Juggernaut is coming. He finds the OD, which he very well might. He's down the steps, and the Omnislash comes through. It's only onto the OD. He can't get the Astral off because he just used it onto the Shadow Demon, but luckily Ghost there to take one hit of it. Is there anybody coming through? There's nobody. They have left OD behind. Blink? Wow. Okay. And Imba, he's going for the TP out. He's going to make it. He's going to bloody make it. Meanwhile, Sven coming around on the backlines here, trying to get his cheeky kill on the Oracle. May just be playing with fire here as in goes the Lycan. And, well, Sven, he's happy to give his life up for the cause. And actually, again, barely surviving the Glimmer Cape. Hello, finally they get him the kill. The Purifying Flame comes through. Meanwhile, the Lycan is ousted from that base. So once again, they defend. This time, it's a bit messier. This time, they've lost a couple of heroes for it. Actually, they haven't lost anybody. They're about to lose. Oh, I say that. They're about to get this. No. Oh, God. Brewmaster. Brewmaster. He's going to be fooling. Goodbye, Brew. Never mind. Yeah, it's just perfectly clean from Black Hornets. It looks scrappy. I thought they were going to lose something. I thought they were on the back lines that entire time. And then... No, they just don't lose anybody. They keep their cool. They don't get too carried away. The fact they kept losing a couple of kills there. Aegis used up on the Juggernaut, but this could be high ground for them. There's no Brewmaster, there's no split. Black Hornets aren't scared of their timings right now.
Middle tower is under attack.
Rodian, pretty slow in the initiation now. I will say that much. And there's a Centaur behind, looking for the blink in. Will jump it, but a BKB out perfectly from Imba 4. And down goes a Centaur, annihilated by the Sanity's Eclipse. And also, Undershock's mana is just completely disappeared from that Sanity's Eclipse. And they're looking forwards. They're going to go for the kill onto Archangel instead. Meanwhile, up at top, he's trying to go through the back door. Can he actually do this? Time to reap. He's looking for it, but no, it is ultimate's out. I think he just needs to accept your fate right now, but he's still trying to get himself away. Plantimos, he's pinging it out. They've got the Stampede as well. Time to reap. He's in some trouble. They've got the Stomp, which he has to get away from, but he doesn't have a TP scroll. I mean, he probably used... I don't know how he got up here. But now the team come in. The Cavalry are here, just trying to escort him out. Sven trying to drag a couple of heroes off by the sidelines here. Does get ultimated up by LOL. The Dominic Purge can do a lot of damage to this guy, and all he could do is turn around, throw a stun, and accept his fate. But he lives, he dies so that Lycan can live. What a hero.
Radiant are scanning.
Now Lycan finally going to go and grab himself a TP scroll, I hope. There you go, buy 3 of them. Not buying 3. He's going for the Octarine. He's not going for more attack damage. He really does not want to be hitting heroes right now, but there is a hero he will hit, and it is Palantimos. They get the jump on him with the Hex. 82 seconds, no Juggernaut. This could be costly. They've got the split. They've got the Lycan ready to roll. Oh dear, Cheshire Cat. You're going to have to try and defend this with your Juicer, and Juicer, she needs to go and get her mana back pretty badly. She comes over to the Shire Demon for a cheeky little disrupt. Juicy, you've got 200 mana. You have 200. Okay. Wants to get it back with a snake. 300, but was that a double grab? It looks like it was. The double Astral comes out, and now the double Hex to follow up as well. They're going to just smash into this Medusa. Medusa pops the Stone Gate, so 2 saves used here. trying to just pick off these Brewlings, but that's not going to happen. And they can kind of look for the re-engage right now. The heal does come out. Meanwhile, Lycan, though, getting to work. Surely, he finally gets the melee racks. He gets them. And now they look towards the top racks as well. The range racks have gone. Now they need to defend once again. Just playing, but guess what? Lycan, he's looking at coming back in. He's still got his catapult attacking away at the racks. It might be Grimstroke's fate here as he just runs into everybody trying to buy a bit of space and time to reap. He's getting himself out as well. They get themselves another lane of barracks here. I mean, collectively, right? A melee barracks and a range racks. That's like a full lane together. They might be in separate air, but yeah, it counts. It counts. And Lycan, he's actually flat. Oh no! Oh no! Like, get back, sell it. Lycan, no! He's realized. The realization comes in way too late. Oh god! It happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. But god, does it feel bad. Every single time it feels worse. Every single time. Yep, selling that other energy booster and now just sitting here contemplating his existence. I think he's a good buyback for this as well. Like, he's your buyback to buy a Octarine, and then you have to go and farm some ancient stacks, and yeah. Ooh, that's rough. But still, okay, he has it now. These cooldowns are reduced. Let's have a look at some cooldowns. 60-second cooldown on the Necro Book. Not bad, not bad. They last for 6 seconds as well, so that's permanent uptime on the Necro Book. Very nice. 52-second cooldown on the Shapeshift. Ignore the 0.8. We're rounding here. Rounding down always. 23 seconds on Howl. 20 seconds on the Wolves. We're rounding up on that one. I'm not a man of my word. Don't trust me. They're looking for it here. Like Hornets, they're not letting these lanes get pushed in any longer. They realize they need to keep them past the river at all times. So it goes 5. Just go from lane to lane. Calculated, calm, not letting anything slip. They've got to keep their defenses sharp. Anybody that get past must be eliminated. The perimeter must be held at all times. Centaur, he's kind of sitting in the trees right now. He's got this blink dagger. Oh, what? Hold the phone. We have ourselves a Divine Rapier. You know, I wasn't even expecting that this game, but I still feel like they're kind of in a half-decent control. It's gone late game. They've got the Deucer, but at the same time, they've only got a ranged and melee barrack remaining. So it is kind of desperation time, but also kind of the damage they need. This Medusa's not dying. She's got an Oracle as well. She's got an Oracle and a Shadow Demon. The saves are aplenty. But look at Lycan. Look at Lycan. Never stopping, just firing into the base. He knows he can penetrate back door now, and he's going to get himself a Juggernaut rotation. This maybe opens up an opportunity for the rest of his team to take a fight here. Dodgy. He's not getting killed very quickly. Okay, never mind. Back. Dead. That was quick. Lycan just trying to split this up a little bit, but again, now they seem in this really weird position where it's like, okay, well, we can't really fight anymore, so we're just trying to rout on Colizeum. We can't really run at you. You've got too much. You've got very good heroes for this point in the game, and now Roshan is going to be attempted. And it's going to be Split being used. Into the pit we go. Who do they toss up? They toss up the Medusa and look towards the Jug. Meanwhile, the back lines. In goes Simba, and he just blows them up. But the False Promise does come through onto Lob, but I think he's going to be going down all the same. But they need to keep an eye on Roshan. Roshan is dropping low. The Stone Gaze is going to come through. They get themselves the 2 kills, but Roshan goes down, and that is going to be Undershot grabbing the Aegis. He's got a Divine Rapier and an Aegis. That is horrifyingly scary. Sven did manage to pick up the Refresher Shard, but I mean, it's a Refresher Shard. I guess it's pretty good. Meanwhile, DSR does get finished off. They can protect that gem. Plantimos, though, could be in some trouble. Where's this Hex? 21 seconds. Still a while before it's up. Stun comes through onto Plantimos. He's going to have to tease himself up pretty quickly and pop onto the high ground. Now they need to back themselves off. The Medusa is here with that. Oh my god. The Rapier. She's here. Meanwhile, Lycan. He's He's in the base once again. Oh, he actually megaed them whilst they were doing that. Okay, all right.
Has fallen.
The rat even I didn't spot. The Lycan gets megas, and now this game just gets a whole lot harder. Do apologize for missing that rather important development. However, you know, I'm all on my own here, guys. I'm sure you can give me... Oh, he's still on the double damage rune. Lycan. Lycan doesn't even do that much damage to me. I think... No. Oh, okay, hasn't actually got the... I thought he had the Mystic Staff already. My bad, my bad. Is anybody at 25 yet? Yep, Medusa is. She's using split shot gains modifiers. Tis a tasty talent. I am always surprised to see people go for the split shot using modifiers, though. I mean... I really need to ask somebody about this, actually, because 1,000 mana seems so good. I mean, that's 2,500 effective HP. Like, yeah, it seems good. Anyway, now facing up against these megas, things looking rough. Black Hornets, they felt they were ahead, but they got carried away. They let the Lycan survive. I mean, go for Roche whilst Lycan was alive. It's costly. It's really costly. Ultra Core should affect buybacks. JK. We don't want Bloodstone Mark II. Plantimos. Getting the charge down as well. There's plenty of creeps for him to chew up here. He's got the Battle Fury in the Mjolnir. No, he didn't have a Battle Fury. He's just picked this up. Damn, this is a man knowing what he's doing here. This is a man against Megas. This is one of the best equipped teams I've seen for playing against Megas, though, right? Like, they were never really that far ahead. It's just been pure rat Dota. They have this Rapier Deucer with level 2 Boots of Travel, by the way. Buying them instead of buyback is questionable, but... Still, the Juggernaut with the Battle Fury and the Mjolnir, though, he doesn't care. I wonder if Centaur even goes for something. Nah, he's going for the Lotus Orb. He wants to try and keep people unhexed. Stop the double hex coming through at some stage. You know, anything like that. Any other hero, and you'd be tempted to go on that in the middle. But because it's a Medusa, you're kind of like, nah. No, that's too scary. Sven's actually going for the Halberd. Really, really good solution for this Deucer. That's all people are going for. Oh, they actually gave the OD the Refresher Shard as well. That is the solution. That's the solution that they're waiting. 4 minutes 20. Well, he's just ulting to get the creeps in quicker as well. It's kind of insane.
Bounty.
And for the bounty runes. Yeah, that's money coming in. That's good money right there. Don't give up on it. Meanwhile, oh, they found OD. This is a huge kill. He's going to pop the BKB and go for the TP out the stun from behind as well from the Sven. Sven might have just given his life in for the cause. They had no way to cancel that. He's going for the TP as well. That is a little bit more optimistic, though. Meanwhile, everybody back to the base because you have to defend from this goddamn Lycan. The Lycan problems never stop. Time to reap. Just so annoying in this game. You can tell everybody's just on guard at all times. Just like base, base, base. If they win to the rat, if Lycan just wins this game, I'm gonna be bemused. I wouldn't say I'd be impressed. Screw it, I'd be impressed. Yeah. I don't want to take anything away from the guy. He's playing well. It looks very haphazard, just ramming your face into the base every single time it's available, just like... I mean, that's the life. That's the Lycan lifestyle. He never even bought a BKB as well. If they catch him, he is definitely dead, but they just can't catch him. He's just running out too quickly. His map awareness is very strong. Radiant's Labru finished, and I mean a long time ago finished, but he's been sitting on a fair amount of gold for a very long time. He's bought the BKB. Want to go for that, but hey, I guess the Midas did pay itself off. Still pretty amazed. Ulti. I mean, it's not even exciting anymore because he's got this Octarine. He's just spamming it out at every available opportunity. Creeps coming in quick. OD, he's got to be careful here. They think they found Lycan. Then oh no, he's inside. He's inside shapeshift. He's just running. How else is being used? I think he might have taken a creep there. Whatever.
Double damage.
Alright, DDOD, is this the timing? I don't feel like anything's really timing. They can't afford to fight into this. It's kind of hilariously sad. I mean, both teams can't really fight each other. Black Hornets because they've got to deal with mega creeps, and they can't leave their base, otherwise Lycan's just going to shoot in there like a goddamn bullet train. Meanwhile, Sven's like, oh, I guess I'll become a carry maybe, although he's still looking towards this Heaven's Halberd. Well, they'll have the vision for the Centaur with those Necro creeps. Centaur gonna have enough money for buyback now. Which is also coincidentally money for plate mail. They're pinging out the Lycan here. They're seeing all of his creeps, his whole posse, his whole army hanging out here. Now we've got Illusion Rune as well, and they are just TPing everybody up here. They do not want this Lycan to exist. They don't want his army to exist. Just kill the army, get the gold, harvest their organs, at least get something for it. But the damage he's taking right now, he's had to pop the Crimson. That was a Lycan for Pete's sake. Everybody else kind of clearing themselves out. Time for Reap. Giving himself away a little bit, but Jug doesn't really care. He's not bothered about the creeps. Is there a BKB on Juicer yet? Oh, just going for the Moon Shard. Meanwhile, Lycan ultimate used. Just send them into the meat grinder, no problems. The wolves will get a bit of damage on the tier 4. That is unrepairable damage on these towers. Every time you do that, I mean, I don't know if it's worth it. Not sure I'd say that much. Right, let's see. We got some 25 talents. Let's see. OD. He's got the he's in a great place right now. You can see everybody, but I mean, the solo, not such a great place. Blink, TP away, Shadow Poison. Ooh, that was really close. The Centaur was on the money, but the stomp comes in just a little bit too late. I mean, OD, you know, he's got buyback. We've all got buyback. We don't need to look at the buybacks right now. Let's just look at the ridiculous amount of money everybody's accumulating. Bounties, runes. Oh, hi, Roshan. Certainly you've taken that one. In they go, into that pit. Well, I can look at the money for this Desolator, including his buyback. Roshan being punched down. OD coming to enjoy this as well, as they'll take him down, the big boy, and there is nothing which the Die can do about it. Not because they couldn't take a fight. I mean, well, they've got another Refresher Shard as well, so Brew's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll grab it. Maybe allows them to go for the Drunken Brawler critical strike damage. Just kidding. It's a pretty awful talent. Well, actually, it's not. If you see the damage Brews do when they go for it, it's kind of hilarious. It's like PA crits, basically. What is it, like critical damage? It's 260 normally, and then it goes up to a hell of a lot. It's really heavy, but of course, doesn't really do a whole lot of right-clicking Lycan. OD killing some creeps, hanging out. Still, yeah, okay, so he's got a BKB queued, he's also got the Moon Shard queued up. And the Brewmaster, everybody just waiting outside the base. They want to jump in and finish this game so badly. 51 minutes, I mean, it's starting to feel like deja vu. They know what happens. They waited out too long. No more ratting will be had. If we don't leave our base, that is. But unfortunately, you don't win the game by not leaving your base. Like I'm committed. The split as well. Has he got that 25 talent? He does not, so this is actually a pretty high commitment spell as they've got the disruption off onto the juicer. But look at Lycan, he's just going for the base, he's going for the tier 4s. They can't afford to let this happen, and actually Jug comes spinning in. He's got an Omni Slash as well as the Arcane comes down. Meanwhile, they just blow up one, and before running forward, got a pressure shot in the backpack as he continues to lay damage off onto the Juggernaut. Juggernaut trying to fight up, he's got the Omni Slash as well. The stun comes down onto the OD. They need to protect their base, they need to protect their building. The Fortify is actually forced to be used as Dodgy. He's got the God Strength, and he's going for the Fountain, and they can't kill them off fast enough. The Fountain's gonna fall. And just like that, the game is over. What a horrible way to get eliminated from a tournament. Goodness me. But, I mean, time to reap. That Lycan was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. Just flying into the base every single time he could. Like, I mean, he was 2-1. He was 2-1. He, in a 52-minute long game. What the... How do you... I mean, I don't even express words for that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. 2-1. He didn't join fights, disregard team fights, acquire buildings. And that was Lycan's mantra this game. Meanwhile, Undershot, complete opposite side of things. You know, he's just flying in 6-1 on the Medusa, 8 assists. We'll ignore the Lycan's assists because you know it's less fun. I like to hyperbolize. Leave me alone. 6-1 with 8 assists on the Medusa though. With that Divine Rapier, ending with a Divine Rapier in your inventory. That's always a pretty awkward situation to be in. You know you've been ratted when that happens. And OD as well, you know, he just lived that entire fight, you know. Aegis was available and Juggernaut did not want to use the Omnislash, but then he spends so long chasing the OD around the fights that he's not there to protect his base, and everybody does damage as well. You know, the Brewmasters, the Brewlings, they do go to work on the Fountain, onto the Ancient. Lycan as well, you know, he damages the throne obviously pretty well, kind of, with his units, with his Desolator. Sven with the God Strength, you know, he had this Heaven's Halberd as well. The guy's hitting hard. You can't let this just go down, but what else can you do? There was nothing for Black Hornets. I think maybe if Medusa didn't use a Stone Gaze so early, if she holds on to it, maybe get in front of the throne and force people back, it gives you a little bit more time with the Fortify, but they just weren't able to get in and get the damage off, which was a critical thing, you know, that everybody was alive. Everybody survived. It's got an awkward game. And Team Colizeum, I want to say it wasn't the most honorable win. Would that be a bad thing to say? I feel like that would be a not so great thing to say. That's kind of rude. They played it really well. What the hell is this experience, guy? Everybody hits 25, like, straight up in the other direction. But yeah, gold always on the side of Colizeum. Player net worth is an interesting one to look at as well. Oh, what's tower damage? Let's look at building damage. Lycan damage dealt to 28,900 building damage on a Lycan. That has to be a record. I've never seen anything close to that figure before. That is the highest I've ever seen. I really need someone to look that up because that's just insane. I mean, the guy played a completely different Lycan as well, just sprinting into the fight. What was the hero damage? 15,000 hero damage. Well, it is doing 20. So what's Medusa's? Okay, Medusa only did 23,000. So there weren't that many fights was the thing. I mean, 18 to 20 in a 52-minute game. Solo cast as well, by the way, guys. I mean, come on, Jesus. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. It was very entertaining, very unique game, a new perspective on Dota this Lycan apparently has, bringing in new, fresh ideas to the scene, aka killing heroes is lame, killing towers is cool, let's do that instead. Peace, we don't need to draw blood to kill towers. Something like that. I don't know. I'm sure there's a deeper message to this. There always is. But I am not the one to figure that out. But that is going to be it from today's coverage of the CIS Qualifiers here at the StarLadder Minor. I hope you did enjoy it because I certainly did. My name is Nomad. If you enjoyed the cast, then please do throw me a follow on Twitter. If you caught Mo earlier, then he's MoFarah as well. Throw him a follow. Also, he did unfortunately have to drop out of this one due to some microphone issues. But yeah, I'll be seeing you tomorrow as we have plenty more CIS action as we make our way through into the playoffs. The real deal starts coming in. I mean, this was certainly real for Black Hornets as well, as they did get knocked out, but congratulations to Colizeum for making it through. We'll be seeing you tomorrow, and hopefully Team Colizeum and the viewers as well. Goodbye.